Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Swati Arora, a woman career growth coach, and I help working professionals grow up the ladder by working with them on some elementary skills. Today I'm talking about a very crucial topic which is very essential for every working professional. In my journey of 24 years of work experience in the corporate industry, one thing I have seen very common with every working professional, or at least I can say most of them, is that a constant trouble or a pain area is working extra hours, working long hours, which eventually turns into a burnout. Now, I'm going to talk about today in my video how to avoid working long hours, how you can manage that, and ultimately prevent yourself from that burnout that's happening. So, stay put right till the end because I'm sharing some very, very important information for you. And you know the drill. Before we go ahead, click on the subscribe button so that you can get access to all my videos right up front. Let's dive deep into the topic now. Before we dive deep into the strategies of how to prevent long working hours, let's understand the consequences of what really happens if we are working long hours. First and foremost, predominantly, we are leading ourselves into a major burnout, physically as well as mentally. Lesser productivity, lesser attention span, focus gets diminished, and also strained relationships. Obviously, if you're working long hours, you don't have time for anyone, neither for yourself nor for your family or any other relationship in your life, which eventually leads to mental health disorders as well. In fact, as per WHO, last year, India has seen approximately 32% of people who've gone through workplace related stress as a condition in mental health. And that's the reason why it's very important for all of us to understand that extra long hours or working long hours, it's not something which is going to propel your career. In fact, it's going to put you down in your career because it's not a sustainable way to live. So for a sustainable career and a sustainable lifestyle, it's important to understand how you can avoid that and prevent the burnout. Now I will let you know how you can avoid that and prevent that burnout as well. Now, let's talk about some practical strategies which can take you out of those marathon work days. The first thing that you need to learn to do is prioritizing your task. As simple as it may sound, a lot of people do not get into that. A simple thing is to set clear weekly and daily goals. Set your task, write down your to do list, and follow that. Don't deviate from that, don't deviate from that. First thing in the morning, sit down, write down your goals for that particular day so that you don't end up doing much more than what you can do, so that you don't take much more in your plate that you can eat. The second thing that you can also do is you can use some priority matrices. For example, Eisenhower Matrix is a very good tool which you can use to prioritize things which are urgent and things which are not urgent or not important. So in the Eisenhower's Matrix is very easily given. Urgent and important tasks are supposed to be done today. Urgent but not important can be delegated. Important but not urgent can be, maybe you can give it to someone else, you can delegate it, or you can schedule it for a later date. And not important, not urgent needs to be discarded from your routine completely. If you are able to manage this 4 blocker Eisenhower's matrix, it'll really allow you to prioritize on the tasks which are really important to you and get that done on time, and not focus your time and energy on tasks which are not important to you. The next thing is effective time management. Now, effective time management is the key to any work-life balance that you want to achieve. So you can try some steps. For example, first one is time blocking. Now I call it batching activities. You can batch activities, block time for certain activities in a particular day so that you can focus on those activities and spend lesser time doing unnecessary stuff. The other one is you can also have time. You can use applications, or you leverage technology. For example, you can use productivity tools or applications or certain softwares to actually manage time and track your time in where you're spending unnecessary time. When we talk about time management, one of the major tasks that takes up a lot of our time is meetings. So learn to limit meetings, not only the duration of each meeting, but also the number of meetings that you attend in a particular day. Make sure that you attend limited meetings only and not all the meetings, so that you're not jumping from one meeting to another. Be there only when you are important and urgent. And also try and cut short the time of the duration of the meetings so that you can spend more productive time doing activities rather than just hopping from one meeting to another. The next point is learn to delegate. I've seen a lot of people, even at senior levels, who fall into the trap of thinking that they have to do everything by themselves. Now, if you don't delegate responsibilities, you will see that you'll end up doing everything by yourself. Learn to delegate responsibilities efficiently to the right person, to the right source. From that, you're not only elevating or eliminating some tasks from your kitty, you're also grooming and developing your workforce to perform better. That way, it'll only make your life easier. You may have to train them for once, but later in a longer run, it'll really be efficient for your own self. So learn to delegate. Another point that you need to keep in mind while talking about avoiding long working hours is to be able to set clear boundaries. Now, it's very important to set clear boundaries if you want to distinguish between your work life and your personal life. So, two things you can really do. One is make sure that you have work timings allocated. And no matter what, stick to those work hours, work timings. And don't get into the temptation of seeing your emails or checking your phones off your working hours. That's a very common mistake that most working professionals do, and that's how they fall into the trap of checking their emails, checking their phones 24 by 7. Unless and until it's something really urgent and important, you don't need to do that off your working hours. Set that clear boundary. Secondly, what you can do is create your own workspace, have a dedicated workspace. Even if you're working from home, having a dedicated workspace allows you that mental alignment, that if you're out of that workspace, if you're out of your desk area, which means you have your own personal time. So create that desk space for yourself, just for work, and out of that you're back at home. Yeah. And last but not the least, practice self care. You have to make sure that you do something every single day to manage yourself and your well-being, physically as well as mentally. A lot of things you can do, but if you can't, if you're already working in long working hours, the minimum that you can do is maybe a 5 minutes meditation early in the morning, or maybe a half an hour walk in the evening. That's the minimum that you can do. Another thing that you may want to bring into your regular repertoire is making sure that you take regular breaks, not only during the day, but also over the weekend or once in a month at least. Make sure that you have some time off for yourself and for your family so that you can rejuvenate yourself and come back, unwind yourself, and come back to work. That's very, very essential. A small vacation over the weekend, or a small, some get together over the weekend is very, very important for you to unwind yourself so that you can come back and work harder, right? So those were some of the tips which can help you prevent long working hours. I hope this video was beneficial for you. Do let me know if you're going to practice all of these, and how has it helped you. I will wait for your comments. Thank you very much. I'll come back next time with some more interesting videos. Till such time, you do take care of yourself. Bye bye.